G'day everyone, here I am back to do another Age of Empires 2 commentary. This is a game that I just played a little earlier this evening, just after Christmas 2016. We just had a new expansion release, the Rise of the Rajas, so I'll use this game as a little opportunity to showcase one of the new civs. I'm playing as the Vietnamese here. I'll start the playback here, speed it up a little.
Dạ bẩm có thảo dân.
Just a few lock and fog of war. Now, so I'm playing as the Vietnamese, which is essentially an archer civilization. I might bring up the tech tree for us here. Archer Civ, it reveals the enemy position at the beginning. You can read through these yourself, but they're essentially an archer civilization with Imperial Skirmisher and a pretty good anti-archer unique unit, the Rattan Archer. So I played a game against another guy this evening called Djingish Khan, and it was a very even match. So I'll just run through this one. We're playing on Serengeti on a tiny two-man map, just 1v1. This is a 1v1 game, and very close game. If you haven't played Serengeti before, it's a African kingdoms map. It's just like Arabia, but with a few slightly different animals. We've got an elephant and goats. Goats replace the sheep, elephants replace the boar, and there's usually only one elephant per map, per player. And you've got zebras and ostriches around, which are essentially the same as deer. Now, Djingish Khan is playing the Mongols, which is another very strong archer civilization. Their unique unit is the Mangudai, which you can see showcased in this match pretty well as being a real tour de force. It's just such a classic unit, the Mangudai. I used to love using it. And the reason I used to love using it was to take out trebuchets, essentially, take out siege weapons. Excuse me. It's just, they have it's a cavalry archer, the Mangudai, and you can just mass a few of them and they can take out trebuchets, battering rams, any kind of unit that's normally pretty resilient to archery fire. It just gets taken down really quickly. And they're so mobile, so you can just destroy expensive enemy siege units like rams and trebuchets just really quickly. So they're very powerful. The Rattan Archer, my unique unit, is made from the castle, and essentially they have a lot of good pierce armor, so they're very good against other archers. And, you know, towers and castles, everything that fires projectiles. Just speed the game up a little. So we're just getting started. I'll just show my fog of war and view lock for a second. So I'm doing a bit of scouting around my base. Pretty good pattern up until here, I suppose. And I'll check out his as well. Now, usually on 1v1 maps, you'll find that the real trick is that it comes down to the gold in the end. Who can control the gold? So it's really worth scouting, especially because the map's so small, so it's really worth trying to find the gold deposits, because that's where the fight will really be brought to in the end. Secondly, especially on Serengeti, the wood is really scattered. I've got a mod on here called Pussy Wood, which makes the trees a bit smaller. And you can see pretty clearly, you can really move between the trees, so they're not good for walling at all. So this map, Serengeti, is an even more extreme Arabia, in that you just can't wall. You can try, but it's a real effort. He's having a crack at me with the scout here. This is quite fun here. So I chased his scout, thinking, oh, he's going to take me straight back to the town centre. Followed it all the way up here. Oh, he's going for a few more scouts for a scout rush. Whoa. Slowing the speed down a bit there. So I quickly made a couple of spears. Repelled him and he starts running back. A little bit of a ping pong game. Look at the lovely new buildings for the Southeast Asian civilizations. It's been quite fun, the new expansion. There's a few new maps that I haven't really played with too much. They're pretty crazy maps. and yeah, the new civs have got some pretty fun units and bonuses to play with. You can see here that the one of my civ bonuses was that you can reveal the enemy. It reveals the enemy base at the start, so I already knew right where he was. It doesn't really matter very much in 2v2, but other maps it would probably have a bigger impact. Yeah, so wood's very sort of sparse in this map. You really have to protect your wood. Little spear battle there. I'm moving up to the castle edge. Where's Djingish Khan? I believe I beat him up to the castle edge. He's put a couple of towers in his base. He's played this map before. He knows it's a very good idea to tower your resources on this map because it's just they're so open to raiding, especially the wood piles. I'm just about to move up to the castle. Now I knew he'd use Mungadai in this map, so cavalry archers. So I immediately started getting a few trash out in anticipation, because spears and skirms will be the way to go in terms of repelling those Mungadai. A little settlement over here, a few more resources, a bit more wood. I didn't see that. Lost goat there. So I'm trying to move forward a little bit now. Get that first town centre down as soon as you hit the castle. Very important. I've got a little bit of trash just waiting for his next attack. Now, I'm really glad that I decided to go into cavalry archers as well this match, because they're just so good for raiding these sort of little areas where you've got villagers overextending to get trees and whatnot, get wood. Getting that second town centre down. Just working on building up my economy still and anticipating his next sort of raid. Whoa, moonwalk. Yes. So good. Best thing about Age of Empires is the moonwalk. Oh, he's not going to do it for the camera. Very cool new buildings. These little faces on the archery range. Where is Djingish Khan at? I'm going for a town centre up here, and then I think I changed my mind and decided to put it back because it's just a bit risky. Try and consolidate these kind of areas. Town centres are incredibly useful for these areas, just to be able to garrison your villages pretty early on. So I'm making a few cav archers because I really want to raid him. Start raiding that wood. I don't have a lot of vision yet. I really should be scouting a little bit more. Though I know where his base is, I just really want to find him reaching out to the sides, you know, out here or out here, going for the wood, because you'll pretty quickly extinguish the wood near to your base. That's all gone. I'm having to move up, so I'm trying to cover my wood by getting those town centres over them. Got my third town centre down there. Got my cav archers ready to raid. And I'm not quite sure where he's at yet. Let's see where he is. He's done a good job scouting the map. And he's got archers, but I don't think I realised that yet. Move my cav archers to the back. Looking for some exposed lumberjacks to hassle here. I shouldn't have attacked that house there, that was pretty silly. But the auto attack, I suppose. So I'm looking around for some, and I've seen his archers. So I immediately run my cav archers away, great mobility. And I imagine I'm going to start making some more skirmishes straight away to anticipate those archers that I've just scouted. So I know he's going to be sending his, but I was a bit too late there. I made a terrible, terrible mistake here. I just started building that castle. It's 1%, 96 health, and he destroys it. Now, I lost 650 stone because of that. Just, terrible mistake. But, luckily I had enough map control to get some more stone. I've started raiding the back of his wood here. See, he's moved out to the side, he's ballooned out to the side, and I'm able to just raid him pretty well with my cav archers there. He's bringing his archers into my base. This is a real problem, but I really need to use my town centres here. I've got a tower built there. Trying to chase him around with my skirms. I really want the upgrade here, but I'm just a bit stretched for wood. I wanted to get a siege workshop down, but it's a bit slow. You see, he's quite cleverly using the hill here. Now, the hill is one of those invisible things in Age of Empires. If you have a hill, if you're standing on a hill and somebody's standing on a flat below, you take 25% less damage and you deal 25% more damage, and it's totally invisible. And only some of the more veteran players have worked that out and begun telling everybody. I'm just pulling all my villagers back into my town centres here, making skirms, got the upgrade there, just got to knock out this raid here. Over here, continuing to raid with my cav archers. He's got a forward town centre there, just knocking those archers back, forcing them back into his base. There's the vills there. Yeah. Well defended those, so pulling them back out, and I've knocked off those large archers. So if you're holding a hill, you're in a much stronger position. It's really worth sitting on hills if you're engaging in a little fight. Just continuing to scout around his base here. So thankfully I killed all those archers off. He's got a small score lead still. But I did manage to repel it. Keep building up my economy. There's some good resources coming in. I think he destroyed that there. If you destroy your own building, you reclaim the resources. So that was a devastating loss of the castle before. But I've built up my stone and built another one here. The castle here will be good. I've put it up slightly, like on top of a small hill, you can see. So that helps with the range, and it helps with that 25% damage take dealt and mitigated. So if he had trebs down here, this would take 25% less damage from the trebs, which is great. And that'll cover all this wood. Well, almost cover that wood, but it'll cover this wood, cover a few military buildings and houses. See, he's got more archers out to the side here. Just continuing to raid them, hassle them, move them around. A little bit more scouting would be good on my part here, but I'm under the clock. Now he's gone up to the Imperial Age. That's a bit of a problem for me because I'm just not there with my food. But I am starting to take the relics, and this is something he didn't do this match. He didn't take the relics, and in a longer match, in a more protracted match, it really begins to matter. Unfortunately, I can't see any other relics. Well, there's one here that I didn't realise. Getting the relics can be really good sometimes. So I'm just running around his base a little bit here, raiding. I'd like to get up to the Imperial, but I just want to keep the pressure on him. Just love shooting those villages with the cav archers. Cav archers are great. Just a fantastic raiding unit. Such a nice monastery. I have to go live there. Oh dear, he's got some Mungadai out. So he's doing the same thing to me. He wants to raid me here. Now I'm pretty sure I saw that, so I'll be still raiding him at the back here as well. So I'll be anticipating that with some of these exposed vills. So I think I probably should start making skirms again pretty soon. He's going out for this exposed wood. Another good spot to raid for me. Found another lumber camp of his. All those villager kills. Here's his raiders. Here are his raiders. I'm finally going up to the Imperial Age. Did a little bit of a sloppy job retreating these. He managed to find these guys and took a few kills there, but can't help it sometimes. Grabbed another relic. Just chasing these guys around with my skirms. Genitors. Skirmishes are quite slow compared to cav archers, so it's a bit of a pain trying to chase him down. He's got a lovely hill advantage here, so this is why I'm trying to take the high ground here. Ringing the town bell, trying to pull all these vills back. Still raiding him a bit on the front. I will catch them eventually. There's a mob called the Genitor, which I think one of the African civs can get, which is a mounted skirmisher. Would be really good for counter-raiding cavalry archers, but probably not too much else. It's got a lot of elite Mungadai out now. real problem for me. So what I'm going to start doing is getting up my Rattan archers, which will be have a lovely pierce armor of 4+2 there. So they'll be great against the Mungadai. So I'm getting some of them out. Getting some skirmishes out somewhere. Yeah. Which will be good against the Mungadai as well. I know where his base is. I really want to push into his base, but probably the best thing to do is killing these exposed villagers, really just cutting off his arms, making sure he can't get those extra resources around the edge. Now, I've built a few siege weapons here, being a little bit optimistic. Hoping to start tripping some of his military buildings here. But as you'll see, what I was saying about the Mungadai before, they are extremely effective at knocking out siege weapons, which is just devastating because of the cost, especially of trebuchet. That's 200 food. 200 wood and 200 gold, which is pretty devastating. Here come the Mungadai. Still raiding him at the back up the top here. Watch how fast these Mungadai take out the trebs. Zing! Gone. Zing! Yep. That was probably like 500, 600 gold there. Zing! Yeah, those guys are a real pain in the ass. Just raiding again here, pushing those archers back. Pushing the vills back, sorry, I keep saying archers. So I'm a little confused here. I'm thinking, oh geez, how am I going to take out any of these buildings if he just keeps zipping in and destroying? So I said to myself, well look, you know, I'll just have to make a kind of critical mass of skirms and Rattan archers and surround my trebs with them and push in that way. So he's brought his superior numbers in here just to take out my raiders. I never upgraded my cav archers. I just didn't bother because I only wanted them to kill villagers really. I wasn't really intending to take him head on with them, so I just used the cavalry archers to raid, basically. I'm popping a few outposts around the map just to get a little bit more map info. Look at that. He's got a little mining camp here, taking that gold, so I don't want that. So probably send some cav archers there to deal with that pretty soon. It's a really good idea to patrol your military units because they won't chase enemy units so far, like into castles for example. They won't run straight into a castle, and they will auto-attack anything that comes near them, which is really useful, whereas these mobs will just chase mobs anywhere, and units will chase them anywhere. It's really annoying. So bring a few cav archers in here just to shoot down all these vills. I mean, how many food is that there? Probably like 500, 1,000 food in their villages there. So if three archers can take that out, that's pretty good. Now, he's coming to defend, so he's gone into light cavalry, which is a very intelligent thing to do. They've got great pierce armor, and very good for raiding, very good for combating archers. Now I'm trying to lure his little army over here. Got a nice chunky army of trash and Rattan archers, so I really want to just pull his. There's another trebuchet. See you later. Yeah. I'm pulling my army back. I really want that gold there. I just don't want him to control it because it really will screw me over basically. Bring my army back up. Nice hill here, so it's a good spot to fight from. He's forgotten about these down in this dip here. Doesn't want to fight in that dip there. So I'm going to use my cavalry archers to sort of lure him out. Get him to chase me a bit, if possible. Here he comes. I've got the high ground. That's really good for me. Now, I really needed the Halberdier upgrade here. That's really the best counter for the light cavalry. Some good spears. It's quite an expensive upgrade, I can get it, so I can go get it at some stage here. Taking over this little area here, shoot down all the villages. Putting a town centre straight on this gold here, and this wood, so it's a pretty good idea. You can pull those vills straight in as soon as he tries to raid, because he's essentially going to do the same thing to me. So I'm sending these cav archers back here to raid some more villages. Getting a few more military buildings out. I need to build a lot more military buildings. Sometimes I just don't build enough. A little bit more map info. Some minerals up here that I could take. Building up my sort of trash army a bit. So I'm trying to get my trebuchets out here to push his base a little bit more. Big army of light cavalry there. Oh, he's upgraded to hussar, so that's a problem for me. Bringing them back over here. Need to fight them with the spears. Destroy them. Taking another relic there. That would probably be my third, I imagine. Shooting a few more villas. It's going to take these minerals here now. Here comes his Mongolai. I've got quite a big trash army here, so it might save me. I think he's still going to kill that trebuchet fast. No, he's idled them. They're just auto-attacking. When you have critical massive archers, they just do such a good job. I've upgraded my skirmishers to Imperial skirmishers. Now, that's a tech that the Vietnamese can get. The Imperial skirmishers are just slightly better than the elite skirmishers. His critical massive archers is just too good for me here, so he's really pushing me back to the castle, which is a real problem. Getting some more rattan archers, which are really good against the Mongolai. I really want to raid these minerals up here. I'm continuing to raid a little bit with these cav archers around here. Really wanted to get this town centre down here, but he just got the hussars onto me, which was annoying. But I'm really starting to spam troops here. Now you'll notice my halberdiers look a little bit different to normal. I've actually got a mod on to make them look a little bit more badass. I think they look really cool. This mod, I think it's called Jorgito's halberdier skin or something like that. I really like them. I'll use it till I get sick of it, but I think the halberdiers like that look great. Now I started raiding my vills down here, taking the gold. I reacted a little bit slow. I should have pulled those vills in straight away, but I did eventually. Really trying to put another town centre down here, but he's onto that as well. Bringing in the hussars, which are an excellent counter to my cavalry archers and his little army of Mongolai. So I believe I lost that town centre, which was frustrating. But I'm starting to build up my army here, and starting to tread that castle. Now, that's really going to tick him off. If he'd been a little quicker with his Mongolai, he might have been able to take out these two trebs here, but I've got my trash army and I'm just going to surround the trebs here. He's still going to kill the trebs, isn't he? Bang. That's 400 food, 400 wood and 400 gold gone. He's trying to lure me back to his hit and run, back to his base here and take off some units, but not going to follow him for too long, I don't think. Get out of there. Back to the drawing board. Try and get some more trebs on him. This is why the Mongolai are so good, such good units. I've got huge stockpiled resources at this stage. I really should have built some more military production buildings and conducted some more raids and, you know, basically made more units, but I really wanted to push this centre here and just, you know, make him break by smashing some of his castles. You know, really don't want to receive these Mongolai this time. Gonna have a go at it. I've got messed up trash units here. Oh, the trebs. Causing some damage to his Mongolai though, so that's something. He's raiding me a little bit. Once again. I'm definitely committed to try and take out these castles here though. Smashing out some trebs, smashing out some trash. And I'm taking a castle down, moving into his base now. He is winning on the flanks in terms of raiding, and I easily had the resources to kind of deal with that. Oh my troops. And that's the end. Now, what it is a very close game. Very close game. Our scores are pretty much equal the whole game through. And, yeah, a lot of raiding. No walls at all. So this is just a very fast-paced game. Makes you very stressed out. Yeah, so good game. And if you enjoyed the commentary, I'll put up a few more hopefully. And I hope that gave you a little bit of an idea of what the Vietnamese can do with their cool units. And yeah, catch you guys next time.